Dude, Kyle, I hated this book. I read
What?
half of it,
Why?
and I think maybe I'm just going through something because like Tiff's going on
God.
her tour. I'm kind of like, I'm, you guys have kids and a life, and I booked a movie recently, but I'm still
Yeah.
Yeah.
but I'm still like, that's it.
Come to Utah, McIsland. Come back to Utah and hang out.
It was so I've been having like an existential crisis for 2 months,
Yeah.
and
Maybe this book wasn't the best for you then.
Spinning
yeah,
out.
so like halfway through this book, I was just like, I hate this
It is.
so
It's
much.
no.
it's very much about a 30-year-old man who is doing jack shit with his life.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
And they make him they don't make him look good.
No, it's a
So,
nightmare.
okay.
I read
Is it bad? Like-
I
like
actually
nightmare
had
fuel?
like an issue.
Really?
I really felt horrible about myself for a while.
Really?
Yeah, dude, I hated this.
Well, if it makes
this
you
is worse than 50 Shades.
no.
Yeah,
Island.
emotionally, this
Emotionally.
was worse than 50 Shades. Because especially, I
Mm.
went through and I was reading like fucking like Chris Farley, John Candy, like they all wanted to make a movie
Yeah.
about this. And so then it spiraled even further, and I was like, these
Oh,
guys
shoot.
who just fucking had drug problems and died, like it just, this was actually like a weird. I had like an anxiety spin out, worse than nuclear war or 50 Shades. It was crazy.
Interesting.
Wow.
So did you finish the book?
Mm-mm.
That's okay. This will be fun then. In that
Dude,
regard.
it was just like you made me read a book about all my bad inner monologue.
I love you, man. Do you know the context, like about the author and stuff?
No. I
Oh,
just
shoot.
yeah, I just read it. I read it raw, and then the first things that came up when I Googled it were like all these SNL people were obsessed with the book and wanted to make it, and then they all died and never did
Yeah,
it.
no.
And yeah, fuck.
do
spit it out.
you know about the author? Do you?
No, I know nothing about the author.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Who's good?
It's
How
at
are we
the
gonna
end.
Tell him.
It's at
Do you save it for the end?
yeah, it's at the end. We can jump into it earlier though. I think that's fine.
Okay, Kyle, correct me if I'm wrong, but he published it. He worked really hard on this book and put himself through financial and like life difficulties to get it written. And then
he killed himself
it
after he wrote it.
flopped, and then he killed himself, and then it blew up.
So
Right?
actually, no one wanted to
Kyle?
publish it.
What the fuck, man?
Mac, I didn't know you were going through this. You have a good relationship with a successful woman. You live in New York. You just booked a movie. You're not Ignatius Riley. You're not.
But it's like it's not your fault.
I think there's a bit of Ignatius Riley in all of us, and we can dive into that more. But the author, he tried to get this published. He worked so hard. No one wanted it. And then he ended up killing himself. And then his mom ended up finding it, and with the help of another author based in New Orleans, got this published, and it won the Pulitzer. Like, it's
just every part of this
so damn
this
sad.
goes down so hard.
But it's crazy because this is probably the funniest book I've ever read.
I'm so excited. I couldn't be more excited. Let's just dive in as is. I think let's go.
Got me in a tailspin over here. I'm gonna.
That's right. We already got you. Okay, welcome back to Bibliofools. I am the ever evanescent Evan Cannell. Kyle, you wrote this script, and I just thank you for calling me evanescent. But I do feel like I need to point that out.
I did write
Not
the
a
script.
nickname for myself.
I actually did a lot of work on this script because I enjoyed this book so much.
We are joined by Mac of all trades, McIsland Rowe.
That's easy.
How you doing, bud?
Tailspin. In full on tailspin.
In a word.
This book. If I had to describe myself in a word, tailspin, disappointment.
Oh, I would say we're going to try to make this a pleasant experience for McIsland. I don't know how well it's going to work out, but we'll do our best, damn it.
Well, did I tell you guys when I went to so in LA, I had I'm allergic to cats, had like an anaphylactic shock situation because I'm allergic to dogs and cats. Didn't take any pills or anything. My inhaler ran out of juice. Flew and ended up having like an anaphylactic. I went into like a little bit of an anaphylactic shock. Not too
On an
crazy.
airplane?
Huh?
On
On an
the airplane?
airplane?
No. When we got there, like literally, like
Okay.
Oh my
we
gosh.
like went out, had fun for the whole evening, and like we got home, and I was just like, oh Jesus, like it just keeps getting worse. This is so weird. Because also like
Not
cold
good.
air, so we were like in an air conditioned room, cold air. We'll do it to you as well. And then I went to the doctor's office, and this 85-year-old Chinese man rolled in, Hamilton. He rolled in on a rolly chair, like a whatever, like an office chair, and it was tough. It was carpeted. He didn't have much purchase.
He was really pushing.
He was having a tough time, and he proceeded to be like, you're too big. You need to go on a diet."
Really?
And I'm sitting there like,
You're
what?
like, you sure it
Like,
doesn't have to do with the cats and the
can I just get an inhaler? I just needed a albuterol inhaler. And he's like, you're too fat. No more egg yolks. And then he just went into a whole speech about. So not only did this book hit me, it was like your best friend that you've known for half of your life, giving you a book of all just the worst things that you think about yourself.
for a lot of times I read the character and I thought, oh, I'm kind of like that too. But
Yeah,
I
we're
thought,
basically the same guy, Kyle.
but I
This is
thought it was
probably
funny. I thought it was funny that like they're pointing out how overly dramatic and absurd, and how. But none of us are as unlikable as this character though.
Mac found himself in this character and not in a good way. Yeah, as a reminder of how this show works, we read books so you don't have to, because you're too damn busy and we respect you and your precious time. Today's book is all about an obese, overly dramatic gem farting his way through the charmingly soggy New Orleans. That's the whole synopsis that I have. Also, context for the audience, this is my week to be the audience member representative. So I haven't read this book. I don't know anything about it. Is that all I'm getting for a book in a nutshell here?
Yeah, we'll get into it more, but it just follows this main character, Ignatius Riley, who's this very fat, pretentious 30-year-old who lives with his mom, and he's the most incompetent person, but he thinks he can do anything on the planet, and he has this insane ego and confidence, so it kind of just follows him and this odd cast of characters. That's a good synopsis, I think. Okay, so why I chose this book is that
Yeah.
number one,
Tell us.
I've been told it's one of the funniest books of all time. The backstory I thought was fascinating about someone who, despite their best efforts, could not get anything published, and then killed himself, tragically, very tragically killed himself, and then his mom was the one who helped get this published. And it blew up and it became amazing. It won a Pulitzer, and it's one of the most unique, and it's the funniest book I've ever read. So I just thought that background of the guy was interesting enough. And Pulitzers are generally pretty good. I haven't read one where I'm like, oh, that's shit, that's pretentious. So I picked it up. I thought, why not? It's a classic. And I thought, hey, maybe reading something funny will make us feel better. But apparently it had the opposite effect. So, Evan, get going with the script, please.
All right, let's go. So, Confederacy of Dunces. Did we ever say the name of the book? The book is Confederacy of Dunces. Did we say it? No, I don't think. This is the first time we've said it. Welcome, audience. You're up to speed. Confederacy of Dunces is the book by John Kennedy Toole. Let's set the stage. In 1960s New Orleans, Ignatius J. Riley, an obese, sloppily dressed medievalist intellectual. What does medievalist mean?
He has a master's degree in medieval literature, medieval.
Wow.
A very
He's a nerd.
Yeah, he's a nerd. A very useless master's degree. I mean, and this is 1960s. I can't imagine how useless it was back then.
I
Rough.
can. It's almost as useless as my associates of
McKylan?
science
You have an associate?
from Utah State Eastern. Okay,
That's impressive. I don't have any degree. I got
go.
a GED. So
okay.
I have a
Wait,
I have
yeah.
a PhD.
Do you
He
really?
waits for his mother. No, I don't have a
Oh,
PhD.
Okay.
Bullshit.
Oh fuck, dude! That fucking. I was like, holy shit, no way.
McKylan was about to jump out the window.
I'm always about to jump out the window.
How can we make you happier? How can we get you upbeat?
I'm upbeat. I like talking to you guys. I'm upbeat.
All right, Ignatius J. Riley waits for his mother outside a department store, railing internally against modern society. This is the beginning of a wild journey through strip clubs, dead-end jobs, conspiracy theories, and one man's relentless resistance to the 20th century. Man, I'm excited.
Let's dive into the
Yes.
characters.
So it is a carnival of characters. A chaotic cast swirls around Ignatius as he careens through life. Ignatius J. Riley, a bombastic, unemployed scholar with a superiority complex and no practical skills. Irene Riley, Ignatius's exhausted mother, teetering between maternal guilt and total exasperation. Patrolman. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I was going to say she's also kind of an alcoholic, so that's cool.
Nice. Okay,
So-
and probably based on the author's real-life mother who got his book published after he killed himself?
No, I don't think. I think the author had a good relationship with his mother. Don't quote me on that.
Okay.
But I hope not.
We've got Patrolman Minusco, a down-on-his-luck cop forced to wear ridiculous costumes until he arrests a suspicious person. Suspicious in air quotes.
Yeah, just someone who's sketchy, someone who, prostitute, a bum, something like that. His boss is riding him hard. He's like, you got to bring someone in, you got to bring someone in. And he's struggling. So he's down on his luck cop, but a good guy.
Okay, he's a cop and a prostitute?
No,
A copstitute?
he's a prostitute. No, but he does dress up.
Some people's
Yeah,
dream.
some people's fantasy. He dresses up in costumes because his boss says, hey, you got to dress up like a suspicious person to catch a suspicious person. So he's always in wigs and beards and weird clothes trying to catch people, but it's just not happening for him.
Nice. Well, that's rough. Jones, a sharp but exploited janitor at the seedy Night of Joy bar, forced to work under threat of arrest.
Well, Kyle, did you like Jones? Jones is my favorite character.
Shit, I hated everything about this book.
Okay.
Yeah.
So no from Kyle.
We have Lana Lee, owner of the Night of Joy and mastermind of a covert pornography ring.
Which I guess
Fun.
very illegal back in the 60s, I guess, pornography. I mean, it's literally everywhere now, but back in the day, could land you in prison.
You had to be like a criminal to
Yeah.
be involved with pornography.
Yeah.
Not just like a person.
Not just
with
like
phone.
a 14-year-old kid with nothing going on. Like, you had to be into some shady shit at the time.
All right. And Myrna Minkoff, Ignatius's intellectual rival and pen pal, who sparks and challenges his delusions.
Yep. So that's what we got. The stage is set. There's also a few other characters I completely left out and some subplots I completely left out because there's just not time.
Okay. Man, I want an intellectual rival who is my pen pal. That sounds fun.
Yeah,
You're a little like a Moriarty, but
Yeah.
it's not real.
but it's also like
Yeah.
he hates her so bad. But like they had a relationship, but they hate each other, so she just pisses him off the whole time. But they also kind of love each other. It's this really weird dynamic.
No, that sounds about right. You guys don't secretly hate your wives? No, is that?
My
No,
wife's my best friend.
my wife is my
I
best
can't.
friend.
You seen that Tim Robinson at the end where he's like,
Yeah.
no, I
You know?
can't do this. I love my wife.
'Cause I don't want to go into Tim Rose, but he's like, to our wives and our girlfriends, may they never meet. And he's like, I have a problem with that. My wife's my best friend.
Oh, yeah. That's
Oh,
from
man.
Detroiters, right?
Yeah, that's from Detroit.
Yeah,
isn't it?
yeah.
Yeah.
I love the part when they're like, it's an open bar. And there's like, oh, big mistake. You guys are going to lose money on this one.
All right. Well, we begin with Ignatius nearly being arrested for looking suspicious, a heinous crime.
Yeah.
Irene, yeah,
Sorry, Ignatius always wears a hunting cap, a green hunting cap over his head, and he always wears like
Sherlock Holmes.
yeah, like Sherlock Holmes, but he's dumb. Well, he thinks he's smart, and then he wears like a lumberjack jacket all the time, and he refuses to take them off. And he's just like, I will catch a chill if I take these off. How dare you ask me? He's just this big fat guy with a big old mustache. And so, yeah, the patrolman almost takes him in because he thinks he looks suspicious.
okay. I'm sensing some like main character energy from
For
this
sure.
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Nice.
It is very clear why, like all the big guys that from like hit like all the big comedy guys wanted to make a movie playing this guy. Like it
Yeah.
does. It is so clear.
Mhm.
Nice.
It's Tommy Boy. Like this
Yeah.
is very similar to Tommy Boy,
Mm.
Okay. All right.
but without
Well,
being like happy and awesome.
Yeah.
It's sad because it's the cliche of any comedian where it's just like, no, but I'm deep.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm deep. Like this has the nah, but I'm deep vibe all over it. Like
nice. It's
yeah,
like it's the last 20 minutes of a Ricky Gervais set.
Yeah.
yeah. After he just keeps yelling about how much he hates trans people, it turns into
A lecture about how
yeah,
everybody gets too offended.
Yeah.
yeah. Why are you mad? Oh, I made fun of some of your family and friends, and I hate God, and I think it just lights out, and
Yeah.
You
Rick,
don't realize. It's
you got
just
you,
jokes.
it's
Just
jokes.
jokes. Why are you so threatened by the jokes? You just
Yeah.
fuck off.
It doesn't matter. Obviously, it doesn't matter. It's not like a bunch of Nazis are going to listen to a bald version of me over in America and then slowly become fascists. And
I am loving Peaky Blinders Ricky Gervais right now.
yeah.
Well, Irene blames another man. Irene's the mom, right?
Mhm.
yeah. Irene's Ignatius' mom.
Blames another man and escapes with Ignatius to a bar. After drinking too much, she crashes her car. The fine is steep, and Irene demands that Ignatius finally get a job to help pay it off. So Irene blames another man for Ignatius looking suspicious?
Yeah. She blames another man. She's like, it wasn't Ignatius who was suspicious. It was another man who she ends up dating later, which is kind of interesting. But so she's like, my boy, he could never do anything wrong. And then she ends up getting in this car crash. And then she's like, hey, I owe thousands of dollars and you don't have a job, so you need to get a job. And this is a big deal to Ignatius. He's like, I am not suited for the workforce. How could someone of my intellect go so low as to, deprive myself? But eventually he ends up trying to get a job. She just rattles him the whole time. She's like, you stupid idiot, you got to get a job. And he's mean to her and she's mean to him. It's a very unhealthy dynamic.
They're just having they're just like arguing at a bar.
Yeah. And then after the bar, they're arguing and their neighbor's always like, shut up, I can hear you guys arguing. They're just very loud, chaotic people.
It's like
Nice.
that scene from Ted. Will always stay in my head. You just like have you seen Ted 2?
Yeah.
You haven't seen Ted 2? There's just he like throws something out the window and this guy's like, "Hey, shut up!" And he's like, "Oh, don't you tell me to shut up!" And then like a lady is downstairs and she's like, "Both of you shut up!" And they're both like, "Oh no, you shut up! She's our enemy now. We've become friends. Sorry for yelling at each other."
No, that's totally how it is, where the mom, Ignatius and his mom are constantly arguing. Then the neighbor pops in and they're like, shut up, bitch. Like,
No, we hate her. We're a
yeah,
team. We
that's
hate
totally
her.
it. That's totally it.
It does work like that. Sometimes the common enemy fixes a problem so fast.
Very quick.
Hey, we've all read Watchmen.
Yeah, we know how it works. I haven't read Watchmen, but I'm
I haven't read it either.
I have. He lands a clerk job finally at the failing Levi Pants factory. He sabotages filing, writes inflammatory letters, and plots a worker revolution. His antics culminate in a failed race riot, and he's swiftly fired. Failed race riot.
Mac, you didn't like any of that stuff?
When you say it, when I'm just looking at it, it's funny to hear Evan read it.
Yeah, looking at it.
I got like not realizing what the book was about. I think like I came in hot, and then as things progressed, I just got hotter, and it was, as we know from previous books in the podcast, whatever mental state that I am in or going through when I start reading a book, it's all I see.
That's the book. Every story is McKylan's story.
McKylan's story.
Yeah, and it's probably something to talk to a therapist about. All right, plot point 5.
Or talk about it on a podcast. So yeah, Ignatius, he gets in there and he's like, this place is so poorly run. I'm gonna start running the place. So he starts writing letters to the people they buy from, and he ends up almost ruining the business. And we're not going to dive into that too much, but then he gets mad at the manager and he tries to form a race riot with the workers, but it just doesn't work out the way he wants. And he has like this whole manifesto. He's constantly writing manifestos. And then they find out that he tried to, stage a coup. And they're like, well, you have to be fired. And he gets so mad. And obviously doesn't take any accountability. He's like, it was all their fault. They couldn't stand my intellectual prowess. And it's just so ridiculous.
Nice.
Ugh, now I
Amazing.
feel bad for coming into this the way that I did because, like, in hindsight, I'm like, that's just hilarious.
This is a funny book.
That's
This
so
guy
funny.
might be a little bit worse than me.
Yeah, he's yeah. When was the last time you wrote a manifesto, McKylan?
Yeah,
exactly. I think that's the bar.
That's the bar. And
He
then
actually writes the manifesto. I chat GPT my manifesto, and it's like, that's not okay. No.
Doesn't count.
It's like, you need help.
Hey, stop it.
Meanwhile, he records everything in his personal journal titled Diary of a Working Boy. He does this to infuriate Myrna and elevate his status as a misunderstood genius. So wait, Myrna knows about this from his letters to her?
Yeah, so they're constantly writing back and forth, and every time he reads one of her letters, he'll just stop and be like, "Oh, she's terrible," and just comment on how awful she is, and they're just kind of fueling each other. But I love how he starts working like a real job one day in his life, and he comes home and he's like, "I'm gonna write what it's like to be a working boy." Like he totally knows what it's like to be a lower class working man, so he starts writing the Diary of a Working Boy, and his writing is so pretentious and ridiculous, and he's always the hero every single time. It's one of my favorite parts is his Diary of the Working Boy because it's just so ridiculous.
Amazing. Well, Myrna, through letters, continually mocks Ignatius's detachment and cowardice, fueling his half-baked schemes. Her accusations spark his ill-fated attempts at activism, political theory, and cultural subversion, none of which remotely go to plan.
Yeah.
So Myrna's like, she's punching him up
Yes.
with his like insane ideas.
She's punching him up by pushing him down and being like, you got problems. And she's like, have you ever even had sex? I think there's something wrong with you. Because she's like this free-loving hippie, and she's just always like, I'm really worried about you. You're not doing anything with your life. You're just like this giant fat piece of shit. And he's like, I'll show her, and so it's just this very ugly spiral.
How did they meet?
So they met at college. They were both insufferable college students, and at one point you get the perspective of one of their professors who just hated both of them so bad because they were just like gasoline and fire to each other, and they loved hanging out, but they were just so insufferable and rude to everybody. So that's how they met. She lives in New York trying to be an activist, and Ignatius has moved back to New Orleans with his mom, trying to, I don't know, just do whatever he wants, write his manifestos, things like that.
Nice. Okay, so they're like frenemies.
Yeah, frenemies, like lover frenemies in a weird way, yeah.
Oh, okay. He's got he loves her.
Yeah, she clearly likes him. He's not that interested in sexual relations, which drives her crazy. And at one point,
asexual.
At one point she moved in with him, and the neighbor talks about how she would always just hear him say, "Don't touch me, I'm a virgin. You'll make me lose my chastity and my virtue." And so they're just constantly fighting, but they fought too much, so then she moved back to New York, and now they're just corresponding.
Okay, so they met in the I have a crush on you, so I'm gonna make fun of you era, and then they just grow up and keep doing it?
Exactly, yeah.
Okay, incredible. Oh no, we lost him.
Dude, I think you would have loved this. I think it's so funny.
Well, it's funny because you were like, we can't read McCormick if you're not reading the book. You gotta read McCormick. And then you were like, as a replacement, let's read this book. And this book's been on my list for years. I didn't say anything about it because I think I definitely still will read this book.
Hello.
There it is.
Yeah, okay.
There he is. He returns.
My prodigal son returns. Kill the fatted calf. Screw my son who is doing good things. I want the one who was whoring himself out. I love that parable.
He's talking about the Bible.
I'm talking about
okay.
the New Testament.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Sorry.
Oh, my bad. He's he talks New Testament sometimes. He does this.
He talks in a New Testament, Kyle. My child.
My
All right. Well, Jones, at the night of joy, Jones works under abusive conditions and suspects that Lana is running something illegal. He sees suspicious behavior and begins plotting his revenge. So, Jones, he works under threat of arrest. Does his boss have something on him, or what's going on here?
So if he's not working, he'll be arrested for being a vagrant. So she's like, I'm going to pay you like nothing. And if you don't like that, then I'll turn you into the cops as being a vagrant. But then he very quickly learns she's doing something nefarious. And I love Jones because Jones just doesn't take shit at all. He's like, well, you're doing sketchy stuff too. I'll turn you into the cops maybe. And he's just constantly giving it back to her. So she's doing sketchy stuff. He's doing sketchy stuff. They both hate each other, and he's like, how can I get my revenge on her? He knows that Ignatius Riley exists, and he's like, this guy is chaos. He had buddies who worked at the failed revolt at the Levi Pants Factory. So he's like, if I could get Ignatius Riley, maybe that could be my ace in the hole for ruining this woman's life.
Nice. He's like, I need an agent of chaos.
Exactly.
So was being unemployed like a crime at this time? What's different from him and any other person that loses their job?
He's black.
So that's a crime.
Well,
like seriously, that's the impression I got, is that like it's the
That's the
60s in the
impression
South.
the country would give you.
Yeah, that's the like very much. It's like it's terrible. And Ignatius goes on this whole. He's like, I identify with the plight of the Black Americans because I am also an outcast. Like, he's so pretentious. It's like, dude, you have no idea what's going on. And he's like, if they knew he's like, if they were smart, they wouldn't want to be middle-class citizens because then they'll know that it's all just made up and drivel. And he's just so in the clouds constantly.
that's a crazy take.
Yeah.
If you were smart, you would enjoy being poor.
That's his whole thing. He's like, you
That's
guys have
crazy.
it nice and easy, nice and simple. You don't have to worry about things like I do.
Oh, man, I hate this guy. Okay. But Lana's doing sketchy shit
Yeah.
at the bar?
Yeah, Lana owns the Night
Okay.
of Joy. She's employing Jones and Darlene, who is a wannabe dancer at this gross club.
Okay. It's a strip club?
It's a strip club, bar, yeah. They're
And
trying.
she's a front for some mobsters, or do we know the nature of the sketchy stuff?
We find out later that it's a bar and it's a strip club, but she's also distributing pornography through here. So it's a front for her pornography business, I guess.
Her
The
bootlegger
60s.
porn.
What a time.
Yeah, seriously, dude.
Like,
Can you imagine getting arrested for doing that stuff when like everyone on the planet does it now? Like,
yeah. Like, there's probably people we know from high school that have an OnlyFans. It's like, they used to kill you for that.
yeah, they used to kill you for that,
was
and
a
now we're
crime.
like, or now we're like, good
The
for you
church
for
would hang you, and now good for you.
you would be burned at the stake.
Yeah, now your punishment is making millions of dollars.
Yeah, now you make more than a teacher.
Yeah,
You take a bath, and you make more than the people that train our children to lead the future.
we're going in a good place as a society. We're
Yeah.
getting
Yeah.
there.
Not a red flag at all.
Not
Hey,
at all.
Well,
you know,
Darlene.
never yuck anybody's yum.
We are 3 books in a row of having to throw in the I'm not going to yuck anybody's yum disclaimer.
I think that's just a thing I like to say.
I think that's a McKylan thing. Yeah,
That's just a Mac. It's a Macism. I don't
it
know
is a
why.
Macism. I love it.
It pops in my head all the time. I'm just gonna start. You know what? We'll make a T-shirt.
Yeah, I was gonna
I
say
don't
our
wanna-
first
That's
T-shirt.
right.
Yeah,
Not
I don't want to
gonna
yuck your
yuck your
yum. Biblia Phools, and it's a
Biblia
picture of
Fools.
an octopus on the back.
There you
Gross.
go. There you go. He's dependent on an inhaler to breathe, but he will never yuck your
Yuck
yum.
your
I'll
yum.
never yuck your yum.
I will never make you feel bad for what you like. I'll never yuck your yum. But I read a book where the guy gets described as fat and obese and living with his mom, and I spin out and have a full meltdown.
You're yucking that shit.
You're yucking that shit hard, dude. But we're not.
Yum.
We're not gonna. Yeah, yum.
Well, Darlene, eager to dance, convinces Lana to let her perform with her trained cockatoo. Jones encourages the act, seeing it as a chance to create chaos. Lana changes the show's theme and forces Jones to dress as a plantation slave. Jeez. Okay, Jones seizes the opportunity to snoop and plants evidence that links the illegal operation to the club.
Yeah.
Man, this is a Chris Farley movie.
Yeah.
It's all the pieces.
At one point,
It's
I
great.
read that Richard Pryor was going to play Jones, which I thought would have been amazing.
Oh,
But yeah, Jones, he just wants to destroy Lana Lee's business because she's treating him bad. So when this dancer girl's like, "Hey, I have a cockatoo," he's like, "Hey, animal acts are really big right now. Everyone has one." And he just encourages, he's like, "I bet you could get the cockatoo to make you strip your clothes off. I bet that'd be a really good act." And so he's just constantly encouraging this terrible behavior. But then he also finds out that Lana's doing something sketchy, and he sees these packages that she's distributing. And so he writes the address of the bar on the packages to link it back in case it
Nice.
ever comes back.
In case the police sees one of them.
Yeah, exactly.
It just has the address.
Yeah.
Amazing.
It's so ridiculous.
Yeah, can you imagine the Silk Road? You're shipping out tons of cocaine and there's a return address on it.
That's the equivalent.
I would love if there was.
Amazing.
I would love if, in a package of fentanyl, there's just a return to sender. Like, hey, if you don't like this, send it back. We'll send you a new one.
We'll send you a new one. It's just the worst
Exactly.
drug on the planet.
It's like the nicest drug dealer doesn't realize what he's doing. He's just like, oh no, I just want to make sure my customers have a good time. No, send it back. I'll send you a new one. I have all this fentanyl.
I've got plenty.
Okay.
Amazing. Well, Irene grows close to two friends.
Irene is Ignatius's mom.
Okay, great. Irene grows close to two friends who push her to move on with her life without Ignatius. As her social life blooms, her tolerance for her son shrinks. Her friends hatch a plan to have Ignatius committed, believing it's the only way for Irene to be free. Okay,
Yeah.
so where'd she meet these two friends?
So one of the friend is one of the cops, Officer Patrolman Mancuso. It's his aunt who's one of the friends, and then it's the guy who she blamed for being a suspicious person. They all become friends again, and Irene low-key starts dating this guy. And this aunt of Patrolman Mancuso's like, "Your son's a slob. He needs to be institutionalized." And she's just like, he's the worst thing that's ever happened. And he is. He's very, very selfish. And not a great son at times. And so Irene's drinking a lot and listening to her friends. And then she's like, "Yeah, I think maybe I should just lock him up in a loony bin." Which is not a good thing to do for anyone, but I feel like especially in the 60s, because then they just do electroshock therapy until
loony
you're
bins used to
docile.
be crazy back then.
Not good.
Yeah.
It was oh, this woman's having her period. I don't know. Stick a needle in her eye.
Seriously. So now there's this threat that she's thinking, and Ignatius doesn't know because he doesn't give an F to ask her about her social life. Every time he sees her talking on the phone, he's like, "Who are you talking to? Your whore friends?" And he's just so mean to her. He's like, "Oh, you shouldn't be dating. My father was just barely laid to rest." And she's like, Your dad died 20 years ago." And so he's just overly dramatic in everything, and he's so mean to his mom. So you kind of get where she's coming from.
Amazing. I see this guy walking upstairs from a basement in a bathrobe with Cheeto fingers and a PS5 remote, and he's got the headset with the microphone on, and he opens the freezer and he's like, "Mom, I said get pizza pockets."
No, that's he's obsessed with this drink called Dr. Nut, which I guess was a soda that's been discontinued.
Dr. Nut?
But he's always
Wait, it was real?
Yeah, it was a real thing, I think.
Dr. Nut was a real thing.
Yeah. And he's like, "I need a Dr. Nut to calm my nerves."
Nice.
So he's always drinking Dr. Nut. He goes to the bars. He's like, "I would never drink. I'm not a harlot or a whore, but if you have a Dr. Nut, I'll take 8.
Speaking of pornography. Pornography.
Sorry, come again?
Pornography? Have you guys ever looked at the pornography?
It sounds like a cocktail.
My Mysterio materials are full of pornography.
Fancy. Can't call McKylan not classy with that.
Yeah, that's right. He's in there
I'm the
with the
classiest.
French shit.
That's why they call me Dr. Nut.
That's why they call me.
Oh, gross. Okay.
Ew, gross.
Ignatius. Ew. Ignatius finds work selling hot dogs, but mostly eats them himself. Wait. He's a hot dog salesman? Like he's peddling them? Like
Yeah,
door to door?
so he's off trying to find a job, and this guy, he like basically Ignatius starts stealing this guy's hot dogs, and the guy's like, "Are you gonna pay for those?" He's like, "Well, I don't have money." He's like, "Okay, well then you have to work for me, or I'll kill you." And Ignatius is like, "This is absurd! How dare you!" But he completely just ate all his hot dogs and wasn't gonna pay, so he's kind of blackmailed into being a hot dog salesman. And the gimmick is he's supposed to dress as a pirate with like a fake cutlass and like a pirate hat. And you think that Ignatius would be like, this is ridiculous, but he like weirdly likes it. He feels like it gives him authority for some reason.
Yeah.
So he's just walking around selling hot dogs as a pirate.
He finally has a socially acceptable reason to dress up like a pirate.
Exactly.
And cause havoc.
Yeah, he's loving it.
I've been waiting for that day my whole life. If my job was like, you need to dress up as a pirate, I'd be like, my time has come.
My time has come. Fine, I'll do it.
So dressed as a pirate, he roams the French Quarter and meets Dorian Green, an openly gay man. Wow, scandalous. For the 60s, truly. Inspired by Dorian Green, the openly gay man, Ignatius decides to form a political movement of gay men devoted to peace, believing their focus on pleasure will end the war.
So Ignatius is not, he's progressive, but he's not, because he basically just sees them as horny animals. And he's like, if they were in the government, nothing would get done because they'd just be banging each other the whole time. So we would have a lot more peace because everyone would just be banging each other the whole time.
And this is where you kind of realize why the movie is not getting made now.
I mean, and
Jones was a good example, but this is a great one.
This is a great one. Yep.
I do think he's correct, though. I'm pretty sure the world is just a better place.
Yeah, but not for the reasons he thinks, like where they're just
yeah,
they just can't get their hands off each other.
His reasoning is wrong.
Like his reasoning is like literally, he's like, they will not be able to do anything but bang each other.
They just can't stop banging. Which is not true. I live in Hell's Kitchen. If you want a neighborhood to be nice, get some gay guys in there because it will.
That's what I'm saying. We need a Freddie Mercury senator.
Yeah.
That's all I ask. Well, a high schooler working for the pornography ring, I don't like that sentence, stashes a package of porn in Ignatius's cart.
This is much more of a minefield than the 50 Shades one was.
So
I was worried about it with the black stuff.
No, just
We're
wait.
hitting everybody today.
But it's just
What's
getting
happening?
worse. Oh my God.
The last few pages. So Lana Lee, who's running the pornography ring, is employing a high school kid to do like running stuff back and forth. And she says she's doing, she's like,
for that. Thank you. That's good.
She's like, it's an orphan that I'm working with. And Jones is like, you're working with an orphan? Like what? Jones just calls her out on her crap. But anyway, he needs a place to hide his stash. So he stashes it in Ignatius's cart. And then keep reading.
He's ditching it? Okay, all right.
He's not, he's just stashing it until he can return it to Lana Lee without being caught, because he almost gets caught with it once. So he needs a place to stash it.
Okay. And it's his hot dog cart.
Yeah, he stashes it in Ignatius's hot dog cart.
So Ignatius opens it and is stunned to see a woman posing with school supplies and his beloved consolation of philosophy.
So the book is a book that someone had stolen from Ignatius. It ended up with Lana Lee, and she poses with it, her face covering and just her naked body. And so Ignatius sees that, and he's like, oh, a woman of culture, I see.
He believes she's a kindred spirit and heads to the night of joy, hoping to find her. Jones, hoping for mayhem, invites him in to Darlene's big night.
Yes.
So this is Darlene's animal act, her cockatoo.
Her cockatoo act, where the cockatoo is going to strip her clothes off by pulling on rings. And Jones sees Ignatius, and he's like, hey, man, I'll get you free tickets. I'll get
strip her clothes off by pulling on rings.
Yeah, that's the act.
You know,
that feels like animal abuse, right? Like
it's just pulling on a ring.
Pulling on a ring. It's not.
There you go. Just doing what it does best.
Yeah, and as we know, Kyle hates parrots. He hates these birds, so it's not a
Parrots
beast.
are scary as hell, bro.
Right. I'd like to think the cockatoo gets finished and is like, I've been used. I didn't know that's what I was doing. I never would have pulled these rings.
He's like,
Just like Oppenheimer standing next to Einstein.
I'm afraid you already have.
The next war will be fought with sticks and stones.
And the cockatoo's like, I just didn't want to see female genitalia.
I'm a bird, so I don't like human naked bodies.
No, but you know what
That's
turns
right.
that bird on? Bird bodies.
Oh, let me tell you. I've been meaning to tell you guys. I've just started my ring of bird porn for birds.
Yeah.
We're having a tough start because birds don't have
Money?
access to email. Like they can't pay, but I'm gonna get it to them.
You know what?
Get it to 'em.
It's a good idea because they talk. So like at least they talk. You're stepping in the right direction as far as animals go.
True.
Exactly.
Very intelligent.
Better than
Parrots are like,
octopuses.
I hate when birds talk so bad.
Dude,
the
this
crap
is the
out of me.
second podcast where you've talked about how much you hate birds. You really
I like
hate-
birds. No, I like birds. I don't like parrots. I don't like domesticated parrots.
specifically. Okay, all right. So,
Does
you
your
don't
parrot
like the
do
people that
something
are
to you?
domesticating parrots.
I don't like
You
people
want the
who.
parrots to be free.
Yeah, I don't want someone to
Oh.
own a parrot. I feel like that's creepy when it stays in their house for like 60 years and just spouts off whatever nonsense they're saying. I think it's funny,
It's out of control.
but I think it's not natural.
It's not natural.
That is perverse.
It's not.
It's
It's not natural.
Shouldn't be.
No.
Man, is it? What if they couldn't talk? Then are you cool with it? Is the fact that they're spouting out, they're running their mouths in
Yeah,
these
it's-
people's
it's
homes?
the
That's what
fact
you
that
don't like?
They run in their mouths that gets me angry.
Is it because of their opinions? Do they say things that conflict with your
I
political
just-
views?
I just don't like it when things that aren't humans speak human words. Like, call me
Stop that.
crazy. Yeah, like, stop that. Knock it off. I love birds.
Agreed.
I'm a bird watcher, but no, it's creepy.
Wait, are you actually a bird watcher?
Yeah, I got binoculars. I watch birds. I can identify, like, most birds in my vicinity by their sound. I like birds.
Okay. Name a bird.
So, like, if like a that's like a bluebird, right? Like a bluebird has a very harsh, rough sound. Robins are a lot softer. We all know what seagulls sound like. Let's not be stupid. You
Can you
know,
give us a warble? Can you warble?
I don't know
Yeah.
warble. There's not too many warbles around here. Finches are pretty easy. My favorite is
Greenfinch and lilybird?
Please don't remind us that we all were in Sweeney Todd in high school. Oh, jeez. Greenfinch and linnet blur,
There it is.
nightingale, blackbird, teach me how to sing, 'cause I'm a lonely girl, let me be. Yeah, so I like finches.
Do we ever think about how crazy it is that that's like an insanely hard musical, and the three of us, people who you wouldn't really be like, oh, those guys clearly have been in a Sweeney Todd as the three leads,
As
the
the
three
leads.
male leads.
Right.
Uh,
Yeah. Michael Ballum let me in his house and played music and bowed to me because he was like,
What?
he was like, you were Adolfo Pirelli. That's incredible. He's like, sit down by me at this piano. And it was like a incredibly nice piano. Just his house was amazing and flamboyant as hell. That guy is very closeted despite being like a Mormon icon. And then he
Well,
sat
that's
down
the
and
key
he
to
like,
Mormonism is that you don't act on it.
Yeah.
true. And he's killing it. To be fair, he is absolutely not.
He is
hopefully.
so far in
Maybe.
that closet.
I don't know.
It's
He's in there. But then he like opens up the Sondheim book and he's like scrolling through and he stops at Joanna and he's like, Joanna. The first time I played this song, the ink was still wet.
what?
And then he like turned a couple pages and started playing my song. I was like, what's happening right now? This is an opportunity of a lifetime.
What the hell?
Hey, how come you got invited? I didn't get invited to shit. Maybe
'Cause I
because you were good
I
at
got
you
the
were
nom.
nominated.
Oh
got the
yeah,
nom.
you did get nominated.
Yeah.
I didn't get nominated. I just
I-
won most improved.
I also
from
did
our
not
music
get
teacher.
nominated. Did you? Is that what you won?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
did a really good job. I think he gave me most likely to not live to 21.
Can you imagine?
He was like, we're going to start this musical 10 months early,
Yeah.
and you're going to method act as cannibal serial killers and rapists for the next year of your lives. And
This
then
will
at
be
the
a
end, we
year
were all
of your
like,
high school life.
Hey, to be fair, he actually told me not to go method because he's like, I'm worried about what will happen to you if you go method.
if you really go method.
I'm like, I'm already going method though. So
Yeah, I already
I
bought
did
a
not
bunch
go-
of razors.
I still own razors because I bought
Like
so
the
many.
straight razors.
They're laying
Yeah.
around my freaking house. I open packages with them.
Actually, can you send me your wife's number just for a separate thing?
Everything.
Just a separate.
She knows. She knows. She doesn't.
When you're alone at home, do you ever sing to the razors?
No, I don't.
The fact that me and Kyle sang Pretty Women to each other.
And
I have not thought about that in years.
I kid you not, and this is my cross to bear. I think about that every time I shave.
Really?
That stupid song comes into my head every time I shave.
I haven't thought of this. Is catching it live. I have not thought about the fact that we sing Pretty Women to each other.
And the best part is that at the time
Women.
we despised each other.
Sipping coffee.
So like
That's true. You were real life beefing.
We hated each other.
We were real life beefing, and so we had to pretend like we liked each other until I could kill him in the play.
Did we pretend
Wow.
that? Dude, this is Confederacy Dunces is a great book. Whatever you'll if you want to read it, you'll have to read it yourself because we went off on a tangent, and we can't cut any of this because it's great content. But
It's
oh my
wow.
God.
Okay,
Oh my
well,
God.
that was a pleasure of a trip down memory lane.
I
think
I'm like floating, just thinking like how crazy it is to think like
Man, we were so cool in high school, you guys. You guys remember high school? That was the best.
I was
Take
cool
me
as
back
shit,
to high
dude.
school.
I don't
am
care
right?
what
really,
anyone
this
says.
is the least cool thing we've done.
We peaked at 18, 17,
We
18.
really did.
Absolutely.
I mean, how
All
many
downhill.
high schoolers do you know were singing Sweeney Todd, also playing flag football and leading the school while in a Blink-182 band and were the student body president?
I don't know.
Name somebody else.
I had a mohawk.
Evan had a mohawk.
You let me cut your hair into a mohawk.
It's true. Happened. Well, amazing.
Okay, back to this
it's
book.
sad.
We got so far off of it. Sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. I love it.
So Ignatius attends Dorian's party, bombs a speech about peace, and is thrown out. That's funny. He bombs about peace. He heads to the Night of Joy, where Darlene's bird spots his earring and attacks. Ah, yeah,
Because he's
it's
wearing a
trying to get
pirate.
rings.
Yeah, he's
Yep.
wearing a pirate ring, and the bird loves it.
I was
In the
gonna say,
chaos,
pirates and birds, they have a long history, don't they? Like
they're
Yeah.
supposed to hang out.
Yeah.
right? They're supposed to be friends, right?
Yeah.
But this bird is a stripper bird, so
Yeah.
missed the "Be cool to pirates" memo, apparently.
Oh,
Attacks his earring. In the chaos, Ignatius tumbles into the street. Jones saves him from being hit by a bus. A crowd forms, and in the spotlight, Patrolman Minusco finally gets his moment, arresting Lana for selling porn.
Yeah.
Wait, because of the kerfuffle with Jones saving Ignatius from getting hit by a bus, there's like a spotlight on the bar, and then you can see the porn, or what?
So it's kind of when Ignatius goes to his second revolution that he's trying to throw, this time with homosexual men, his mom is worried about him and she thinks he's a communist because everyone thought everyone was a communist in the 60s. So she sends Patrolman Mancuso to go chase him. So he's been tailing him. And then after he leaves, because he's like, all the homosexuals, all the gay guys, they're like, you're a bummer, dude. They're like, we just want to have a good time and party, and you're talking about a revolution. So they kick him out. He goes to the Night of Joy, and the whole time the patrolman is chasing him, but he's dressed up as like a fancy guy. The patrolman is. That's his disguise. And so in all the chaos, Lana Lee is like, hey, let me show you a picture. You want to get with this tonight for a price? So she exposes herself to him. And then he arrests her, and Jones is like, I know where the stuff is. Jones just rats her out so damn fast. And so she gets caught for selling porn and goes to jail. and ends up
Finally.
and she ends up in a
Okay.
cell with 3 very stereotypical lesbians who just wanna fight and do sexual things. So, not the
When was
most
this book
progressive.
written? Because I'm not gonna lie, it has aged like cottage cheese.
Yeah.
It's an older book.
Oh my god.
Seriously, so I don't wanna go on too much of this tangent, but when he goes to Dorian's house, Dorian has
Oh,
a lot of
don't go on a crazy tangent. That would
no,
be. We didn't just talk for like 20 minutes about being in Sweeney Todd together.
no, but so Dorian is throwing this party, he owns a building, and he's like, "I have 3 basically guard dogs," and it's just these 3 very butch women who like to fight, and they get so mad at Ignatius when he leaves that they follow Ignatius, and that's how they end up at the Night of Joy, and they try to fight him, but he's passed out because the bird made him pass out because he had a fright, and so but then they also attack Patrolman Minusco, so then they all get arrested and put in the same jail cell. And like the end of Alana Lee's story is they're like in the jail cell and they're like, let's see what you look like naked. And then it ends. Sorry.
So that's the last we see of Lana?
Yeah,
It's
after
just
she
like
goes in jail.
they're
Yeah.
closing in?
Yeah, they're closing in.
Boy,
Oh,
oh
good.
boy.
There's predatory lesbians in this.
Absolutely.
Oh,
Best
boy.
kind. All right. Well, just as Ignatius I don't know what I meant by that.
Oh, jeez.
Oh god.
Okay, just as Ignatius contemplates defeat, Myrna arrives at his door. She's driven from New York, convinced he's in trouble. Ignatius sees her as his last chance and flees with her as the ambulance to the mental institution pulls up. The novel ends with an absurd hope. 2 deluded idealists speeding away from a city that has long since stopped trying to understand them.
And that's how it ends because his mom, after the debacle, so it's all in the paper when he passes out.
Okay.
So the patrolman is in the paper. He gets awarded. He has a happy ending. But Ignatius is just this fat, passed out whale in the middle of the road. And Irene, his mom, is like, "You have embarrassed me so bad. How are we ever going to
Yeah.
recover from this?" So she calls the mental institution. She feels bad about it. But as she is leaving so that they can come pick him up, Myrna comes at the right moment. And Ignatius is like, he's like, "You know what? I was wrong about you. Like, let's do this. I love you." And at one point, he's even like, "We need to go to a hotel. I'm feeling my sexual impulses for the first time. Come on, we need to
Oh,
indulge." So she's doing something for him, and
Myrna's like, finally.
finally, and so they speed away.
Oh, finally, I get this big fat guy who's an
Seriously.
asshole on top of me. Oh, yay.
Great! I get to make love with a walrus. Yippee! Like,
Is this a
um,
bad book?
I've been doing foreplay for 20 years.
You can tell. Okay, I don't want to speak ill of the dead, but the book where the success is that the woman finally gets the sex from the fat guy.
it's not a guaranteed thing because Ignatius is
Oh,
very
it's just
back
not
and
even
forth.
guaranteed.
It's not guaranteed because he says he's feeling it, and then he's like, "But my indigestion might kick in." So like, but they're making progress though. So
He hedges, he gives himself an out.
yeah, he's like, "But just in case I." And Ignatius is also
Amazing.
a very gassy individual. He's constantly complaining about heartburn, and he's constantly burping. He's a very gross guy.
Oh, amazing. All right. Well, A Confederacy of Dunces explores chaos, identity, freedom, and rejection of modernity. The hilarious character driven novel shows the strange beauty of being human. Though the author never saw his masterpiece's success due to his tragic suicide well before it was discovered, his legacy lives on in a classic novel that brings a smile to all fortunate enough to experience it. Man, it's so like the meta story is almost a part of it, right? Like the fact that
Really?
an author would write this story and then fail miserably and then die and then it gets famous is it's like it sounds like a plot point from the book. It's horribly sad
Absolutely.
because it's a real life thing.
I feel like part of the what's not like the legacy or like the the culty like nature of this because I've heard about this book a ton.
Mhm.
I It's one of those dark things, but I feel like if he didn't kill himself, it wouldn't have had as much of that. You know?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I-
like how people love Joy Division and Elliott Smith and Nirvana and The Dark Knight. It's like all of those are better a little bit.
Because
There's
of
like
the
something
tragedy.
different.
Yeah,
Yeah,
totally.
the
Yeah.
tragedy has given them like more weight,
Yeah,
despite.
absolutely.
But if you
Yeah.
look at it for its pieces, it's a weirdly homophobic kind of racist book about a fat guy.
Yeah, it is. I think
You know,
I
like,
think
but the author killed himself, so it's great now.
but at the same
Yeah.
time, like, and I would say Evan didn't read this book. I would encourage Evan, if you have the
I
time,
barely read it. Let's be honest.
I
So
I would say read it because the plot is good, but it's more about the characters, their internal monologue. That's what's funny, is how absurd Ignatius is and how dramatic he is what's so freaking funny. And so I don't know. I've never read a book quite like this before, so I'd imagine it was a very original thing when it came out. And maybe that added to it, but also, like you said, the meta story behind it doesn't hurt at all.
Nice. Okay, so you, Kyle, liked this book.
I like this book. It wasn't my favorite book, but I really liked it. I laughed a lot. I thought it was very funny. There was a whole side plot that I didn't get to, which I didn't think was that funny, where Ignatius destroys a company by being a pompous ass, and it all kind of works out. So that
Nice.
part was kind of boring, but it was a good book. I think it's worth the read for sure.
Nice. And Mac, you really.
I, oh God, the most Ignatius thing I could have done is have my reaction to the book that I had. It's
It is. I'm sorry.
it really. I am my spiral and spit out. I hit the black ice of, and it just made me more like the character that I was afraid of being like. And this has honestly been the worst information possible, and it's fine. My room's pretty dark. I'll cry through the day. Don't read it. I don't know. I don't care.
That's a hard leave it on the shelf for McKylan. I will
Yes.
say it is pretty funny to have you, because I hadn't read it, right? So you came in and you were like, "Oh, I just feel like this guy's me," and it just, like I hate what I see in myself in the character. And then we read about this guy that's like, he thinks he's the main character of everything, and he's like, starting race riots and doing all these like insane things, and you're just
Yeah.
like, why would they write this about me?
Yeah, this is the most embarrassing moment of my of.
This guy like gets knocked out by a cockatoo at the end because he's dressed like a pirate, and you're like, this really hits close to home.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
No, honestly, it was the beginning of like just like reading about how much of a douche he is and him being fat and living with his mom, and like I was just in a bad place when I read it, and so it made me behave more like him, and I was just like, because I didn't really even get to any of the good shit.
No, it gets it gets good
I literally
later
just
on.
read through the introduction of everybody and was just like, "This is me,"
Jeez, dude.
and now I'm really well. So and then behave like the main character. Self-fulfilling prophecy. It's fine.
I think if
Oh, man.
you know what, Mac, revisit this book in 10 years. That's what I would say.
Honestly, I could probably read it after this conversation. I
Yeah.
probably just needed to have a conversation about my experience, and it would have been like you could have just been like, "Hey, stop."
During the week, I was telling my wife how funny this book was because this main character is so overdramatic. She's like, "It reminds me of someone I know." I think we all
Ah,
have parts of Ignatius in us, and I
Yeah,
think that's why it's so funny because, like, we can laugh at how absurd this guy is. Like, another thing Ignatius does, which I know I do, is he'll watch, like, young teen shows and just be vocal about how much he hates them, and he'll go to the movies and talk about how much he hates the movies, but he clearly likes it. That's why he keeps going, but he's just like a holier, and, like, I feel like I do
the
that
holier
too.
than thou.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, I'll watch something and be like, "That was so terrible," but, like the Fast 5 movie, I'm like, "Oh my gosh, that is not cinema," but then I'm, like, at the edge of my seat the whole time, you
Oh
know?
my god,
So
it's one of the
it's
best movies ever.
relatable, and that's why it's funny.
It's the most
oh,
relatable book that we didn't read. That's two books in a row, actually, of just being very related to the. I probably need to talk to somebody about my
Yeah, yeah,
self-image.
Mac,
dude,
go
I will say, watching, like, seeing into the arc of your life through the catharsis of you like reading your story into every book is one of my favorite parts of the podcast.
I was thinking about this the other day because I was editing an episode and I was like, oh my God, just every book I put so much of myself in. It's kind of ridiculous. And then I was like, well, it's good that I do that because at least it's interesting.
Yeah, it makes for some.
It's fun to hear about. It's not healthy or good.
It
I'm
just
having a good time.
yeah,
with it.
As
we're
long
having
as you guys, hey, I put it out into the world that every book I read, I put myself as that's what you're supposed to do,
Well,
right?
that's what a lot of people
Yes.
do. Yeah, no,
right?
absolutely.
That's the way the books are written. Oh, I'm gonna spin out again. Oh,
Yeah,
God, am
well,
I that
and-
much of a douche?
And that's why it's funny because and that's why it's original because usually there's a hero, there's the hero's journey, but now it's like, what if you just read a book about a piece of shit? Like, how are you going to apply those same things to this like crazy, chaotic human being? And that's why I think it's interesting and original.
Yeah,
Nice.
it does.
So,
I honestly do. I will finish it.
yeah. Or just read. My favorite parts were the Diary of a Working Boy because they're so ridiculous. They're so
Does it
out
read
there.
excerpts from it?
Yeah, he'll write.
Okay,
You read
nice.
and his writings to Myrna and like their writings back and forth are just so hilarious and so not rooted in reality that it's very funny. Because like he's been working at an office for one day and now he's writing about how he's a working boy down on his luck who nobody understands while he's with people who are, at the bottom of the cast like financially and everything. It's just ridiculous. His whole thing's ridiculous.
That is one of my favorite dynamics from at least like this. I just think it's super funny that he has a Moriarty this whole time, because I feel like it's kind of that way. That's sort of modern times. There's another parable of modern times is like people that that are pieces of shit and they like have super out of pocket like beliefs that they are extremely vocal about and yelling at you. It's like they have their little Moriartys online that are always like punching them up so they feel like they're living in this world and they are the main character, right? And then they go out in public and people are like, shut the fuck up.
Really?
Yeah.
No, that's very, social media amplified that in a very gross way.
I saw somebody talking about like if you were a loser in a basement, you're not supposed to be able to communicate with anybody else. You it should be a forfeited. You should forfeit your ability to talk to other people. The fact that everybody can talk to everybody no matter what. There should. I don't believe in like a class system or something, but it should be like, hey, if you can't pay rent, you can't be on social media. You're just not allowed.
No, but it is funny because all of Ignatius's writings, no one's ever going to see them. All of his manifestos, no one's ever going to see that stuff. But you're right. Now the the Ignatiuses of the world have a platform.
Yeah,
And
like you can go on Twitter and I was reading about how they review bombed Ironheart, the new like Marvel show, and it's just a show with a children's show with a black female lead. Why are you doing this?
No, and you're right. All the Ignatiuses of the world are like, this is preposterous. I would
And they're
never.
just like, she's nothing like Tony Stark. No shit.
No.
Different character. Totally different.
That's the point of the movie, buddy.
So I think we're saying if you want to get a good dose of Ignatius Riley, just get on social media.
If you ever in your life feel like I should write a manifesto, do what I did. Spin out and go cry alone.
Yeah, like a man.
No, not like a man, like a little bitch. Because that's what you are. Like my reaction to the book is I had it in it. Don't. Oh, fuck.
Is that your book in one word?
Oh,
fuck. Because I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed that my reaction was what it was as we go through the plot.
But you're being honest and you're being genuine, and that's more than Ignatius Riley could ever do because he would never admit that he was a character like that because Ignatius is a completely different character. You're like Tony Stark, and he's like the girl from Ironheart. It's different people.
And that's bad. Don't be a black woman, apparently, according to the internet.
No, but you know who has it the worst? White men.
Oh, yeah. You know how hard it is?
It's really bad.
Actually,
what
it is pretty tough to be a unsuccessful white man. I get why you would be mad. It should be easy.
it should be easy.
You have all the benefits.
If you're
Everything should come to you so cleanly. But if you're a middle class white guy
Yeah.
who can't get shit going,
yeah,
you
if
shouldn't
you
be mad.
if you've been given the keys to the castle and you can't get inside,
And
that's
you
not our
can't you
fault.
can't open the door because
Yeah.
you're such a loser. It's tough. What are you gonna
It's
do?
tough.
My mental Rolodex is spinning so fast. I'm like, who listens to this podcast that we can't let
That
this
we have to
go
edit
out?
this out.
Oh, I don't want to offend any of the fight guys that listen to the pod.
To be fair,
Their latent power may like activate.
It might kick in. We are entering into their domain,
yeah.
the internet.
I can't have that. Oh man. Well, book in one word, Kyle. What do you think?
It was ridiculous. In like the best way
Ridiculous.
possible, but ridiculous.
Nice, Mac.
Enlightening.
Wow. Okay.
What?
180.
Yeah, I've learned a lot about myself through this process.
This book sounds chaotic in the best way.
Yeah.
Is there a positive synonym for chaotic?
I think chaotic can be a good thing sometimes.
Yeah, I don't think
Chaotic.
chaos is inherently bad.
Yeah.
I think by definition it's inherently neutral.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Inherently.
All right. So another book in the books. Big thanks to the late John Kennedy Toole and to his mother for getting this published after his death. Follow us on Instagram at BibliaFools, online at bibliafools.com. If you have a book request, email us at bibliafools@gmail.com. Follow the show on Spotify. Any parting advice, Kyle? What did this book teach you about life?
It's that it's okay to be a ridiculous human being, and that it's okay to be weird and selfish at times. Just try to improve. We're always just trying to improve. And you know what? It's really funny when we fall short. For objectively, it's very funny from an outside perspective. That's what I learned. I hope everyone, especially McKylan, can walk away feeling happy with themselves and feeling loved. Maybe go do a loving kindness meditation. I don't know.
Kyle is very afraid that the same fate of the author is somehow a mind virus.
I can't
that
get
our
to New
friend has been
York as
infected
fast
with.
as I want.
I think we'll be. It was a cathartic thing. It was to work out that specific demon.
Okay,
Get
here's
that
my
demon
question.
out.
Because you apply yourself to books, how are you going to apply yourself to Jurassic Park, our next book? Very different book.
Dr. Alan Grant, what are you talking about? It's so easy. Being afraid to have children? Get the fuck out of here.
We'll see you next week, everyone. We love you.
Thank you.